Your man out of the tag team out of the last card has signed a single match with Corporal Kirshner.
Corporal Kirshner wasn't satisfied with the results of the last match in the tag match, and I said, gladly, I'll put you in the ring. Can you imagine Corporal Kirshner? He's representing America.
I can
When this
imagine
is a
that.
real man here. You can.
I can't imagine that, Fred Blassie, in all due respect. Iron Sheik, I know you turned down a major role in Miami Vice, but you did not turn down the opportunity of meeting Corporal Kirshner.
Corporal Kirshner, all American boys, Miami, Wrestling City. Now, Corporal Kirshner, you come to the Big Apple WWF. You beat bunch of American, as which is I respect you. But remember, like Mr. Blassie said, you're gonna wrestling from the oldest school, from the Olympic school, from Pan American Game, from AU, man. Now.
From the A to the Z.
Exactly. Now, Miami, Monday, April 28th. I hope all your fans, American boys, American girls, ladies and gentlemen, they're gonna support you. They're gonna say USA, USA. But that doesn't gonna help you. After I give you that suplex, I put you in the camel clutch, and all American, they're gonna say the Iron Sheik, Iran, #1.
Sheik
The Sheik,
Gunahani,
#1.
sorry, the Iron Sheik in Miami to meet Corporal Kirshner at the Light Center downtown, Monday night, April 28th.
Welcome to a very special Behind the Curtain tribute show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host. I'm Chris Page. I've got two buds, as you're probably well aware. Once we get the transition done and taken care of, there they are. I've got Toddy. I've got John. Excuse the technical difficulties. This show was not pre-planned. Obviously. With the events of today, we felt like it was fitting to come on tonight for just a little bit and pay some tribute to what I feel is one of the greatest villains of all time, and that is the Iron Sheik. Toddy, it's good to see you again. Wish it was under better circumstances than having to pay tribute to another fallen professional wrestler.
Well, that is very true. But I do like the fact that we are doing this, and for someone who made contributions to this business, who arguably you could wonder where Hulk Hogan's career would be without the individual that we're going to talk about tonight. So I'm happy that we're here to do this and to pay tribute to somebody who meant so much to this business.
John, impromptu as fuck, but we're here, bud. John's going to work out his audio real quick, and while he does that, John says there's no reason why his audio is not working, ladies and gentlemen. But he's there. You can see him. But he's trying to work through that. I think I know where you're going. It is definitely difficult to see so many people come and go that have meant so much to professional wrestling. Shieky-Baby was one of the greatest villains of all time. There's no doubt about it. I think, when you think villains, you think, especially in the United States, any kind of foreigner back in the territory days instantly drew heat and got over, right? And I think Sheik was really, he was kind of, to me, he was like one of the first to really do it on the national setting, and with a character that was so oh man, just vicious with it, right? Like always talking about Iran #1, USA 0, or spitting. It's just it was great fucking work, and when I saw the news today, I went. We just lost Billy Graham fucking 3 weeks ago. Yeah. John, did you get your audio fixed?
I think so. Test, test, test.
Guys, can you hear John? Well,
Hey,
Lexi says yes.
hey, there we go. We've got it straightened out.
I
We're ready to
have
rock and roll.
solved the dilemma. Congratulations to
Well,
me. I'll pat myself on the head. And yes, Paige, it's just as I was trying to say earlier, and you covered for me, to be around the business and to grow up on the business and to see everything that's happened especially like the last 2 decades, all of the names that we've lost and all the people that we've grown up with, and to see all of that work and all of those people that those lives have touched affected by another loss in the business. It's rough.
well, loss is tough anyway, right? Like it's not just when you lose someone that you grew up watching on television. It's anything, whether it's human or pet or whatever. It's just tough. Loss is always difficult, but when you get into situations like this, I've learned that the best way to pay tribute is to talk about the good things. And I think, Shieky-Baby meant a lot to a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons. There's so many stories that you could talk about. And this is not, listen, if you're in the chat live, if you're watching us live, if you're watching us on YouTube or here on Twitch, like this is not a formatted show. We're not going to run through statistics. We're not going to talk about, great rival. We're going to talk about what the Iron Sheik meant to us as fans of professional wrestling. And there's so many stories, but one I do want to talk about before we get started on some of these matches is I personally do believe that the Sheik is responsible for breaking kayfabe. They always go back to the Madison Square Garden and the Click. Sheik was busted with Hacksaw Jim Duggan
Numerous occasions.
in a car with may or may not have been smoking a little marijuana. Maybe. Let's just say that there is a police report that does say that both Hacksaw and the Sheik were arrested for drugs, and the drug being marijuana. But that was a thing, and that was back when kayfabe was real, and there was a print up in the paper. Hacksaw Jim Duggan busted with the Iron Sheik. Good guy and bad guy. It was a big deal. They were both working, I think, for Vince Sr. at the time. Vince Sr. fired them both.
On spot.
They
that
both came
was
back.
a big to-do.
They both came back. Hacksaw was back, I think, a year later, maybe a year and a half, give or take. But they made their way back. But it's a Sheik story, man. And like to think about it now, of course, everybody's smart, everybody's hip, all professional wrestling fans, know what's going on. But back in that time frame, put yourself there. Like, could you imagine being in the car and knowing that you just put out a hooter and you've got a police officer walking up to you, and how are you going to explain this? Good guy and bad guy riding together, and oops, there's a little reefer involved too. It's a funny story, but it's to me it's funny because I'm a pothead. Big surprise there. Woohoo. Any Sheik stories that you guys can think about off the top of your head before we hop into some of this?
One of the things that always stood out to me, right? How many people do you know on the planet that have become a cartoon of themselves?
None.
There's a handful of them. They were all on a Saturday morning cartoon. Hulk Hogan, Junkyard Dog, the Iron Sheik, like that whole class of guys had a cartoon made of themselves.
Saturday morning.
You cannot tell me that does not solidify your ass on some legendary fucking status. Not only, like, you didn't play a cartoon character, you didn't voice shit, you were a fucking cartoon. They made you into a cartoon. Come on, man.
It's truly unbelievable when you sit back and think about it. Toddy, do you have a story that you can think about? Shieky-Baby.
Well, I was gonna say he was in more than just that Saturday morning cartoon. He was himself in Robot Chicken, and he was himself in the Eric Andre show. And I know that because I watched a lot of Adult Swim on the Cartoon Network. Yes, I was one of those people. They had a lot of good shows, though. And
I don't know about all that.
They had some good shows.
well,
But Sheik was definitely involved in several of them because that was his comedy style for sure.
oh yeah, and I do remember, like, I don't remember a lot of his early stuff. But one thing I'll never forget is that gimmick battle royal that they had, because that was a classic to me. I enjoyed seeing people come back out with their gimmicks, and to see him come back out, that was nice to see.
Arguably, I think Sheiky's big break came when he beat Bob Backlund for the WWF Championship. Arnold scalding threw the towel in on old Bobby. And it, while it was a transitional run as champion to get the belt on Hogan, I mean, he was still at the top. In New York, and New York was looked at as the place to be. And it doesn't matter how long you had that taste of success in that run with the championship. You're there. You're at the show. you are driving. You're the driving force, and it's a good accolade for him to have in the character. Just the character itself. I mean,
It's still
so
over. Like, if you go to his Twitter page a few days ago, he was still busting Hogan's balls. Still.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
saw a
what
lot of him on
fuck the
social
Hulk
media.
Hogan. When I made the graphic today, like I said, this show. We thought about it, today, after the news broke, and I specifically was making that graphic. And I was telling Todrick before we took the air, I was like, I had to find one picture of Hogan in the camel clutch. It had to make the graphic.
Which you guys will
even
see
though,
later.
the match with Hogan wasn't, a monumental clash by any means, and I thought about watching that back, but it's owned by the WWE, and that doesn't get past the YouTube police, folks.
That's correct.
But it wasn't a classic, but by any means or any stretch, but it had such a monumental purpose because it passed the torch to Hulk Hogan, who went on for the next 20 years, 15 years or so, give or take, through all the way through WCW days. So he was responsible for moving that needle to Hogan, and that's a responsibility that if you're not necessarily in the business or you haven't been in the business, maybe you don't quite understand how important that is, and that you be the right person at the right time for the right guy. You don't get those opportunities very often, and that's on a silver platter. And he did his job, and he did it well. And I think that's one thing that we're going to see throughout these matches tonight is that the performances. He read the room, and he did what he had to do. And truly, We're going to find out why Sheik-Baby was one of the most hated men in professional wrestling. And I'm ready to get started, John. Toddy, you guys want to add anything before we hop on this first match?
Well, yeah, I want to say, for somebody like me, oftentimes in that main event scene, you don't get to see a lot of representation, especially back then. Now you get to see it more. But I feel like that he was one of the people that also helped to pave the way for that because love him or hate him, people got to see someone who looked like them on television that they wouldn't normally see, and someone who could hold was main event caliber, held a championship, was always talked about. So I think that that's important for people when you see that different representation, and I know that that also helps to bring a lot of people to watch the sport.
John, got anything you want to add? Or you want to hop on into this first match?
Real quick, I do want to add, we've talked a lot on this channel, and
I cannot hear you, John.
You cut
how
out,
about
John.
now? There we go.
There
We've
you go.
talked a lot on this channel about how heels impact this business and the effect that heels have on, not just career trajectories, but entire companies. You get the right heel in the right place, the right atmosphere, the right angle, and it can make or break an entire industry. And Sheik was always involved in the top tier angles as that one bad motherfucker that would sell a ticket because you wanted to see Hogan come and bust his face in. But more often than not, you got to come see Sheik make Hogan look like an ass because Sheik didn't care. And that was the whole thing. Sheik wanted to make Hogan look like an ass in front of all the Americans, and that was his whole shtick. To his dying days, Sheik was always busting Hogan's balls, and there wasn't a day, there wasn't a day that went by that he didn't love every second of it. And just to know that as many people were not just touched by the Sheik's presence and his career, but other careers were vaulted because of his existence in the angles that they were involved in. It speaks testament and volumes about what he did for the business. And I, for one, am happy that we're getting to tribute. I'm sad that we need to do it, but it is something that we're going to do. If you guys are ready, we're going to kick over to this watch screen, and we are going to find out about the boot camp match.
Our first match that I kind of scrolled through and found for our entertainment this evening pits the Iron Sheik against another American hero, none other than Sergeant Slaughter. So I figure, boot camp match. This is taking place Landover, Maryland, from June of '84. This is going to be, I think it's going to be a good one. Let's see. John, get us started.
All right, we're going to get things rolling in 3, 2, 1.
I know USA Sports has been following this war for a long time.
Oh, Sergeant Slaughter.
Look at Sarge.
It's going to come to an end. Boot camp.
United States
Iron
Marine
Sheik.
Corps hat on.
I don't know what
I'm
you
loving
got
it.
planned, but I know I've got everything going for me. All week I've been watching how the Americans celebrated D-Day. And tonight's going to be D-Day in Washington, D.C.
He's got a mouthful of spit.
You bring whatever you want out there. It might start right after
I
we
don't
get
know
off
why
this
he said
broadcast.
Washington,
It
D.C.
might start
The
in the locker room. It
fucking
could
caption
happen.
on the video says from the Capitol Center in
Whatever
Landover, Maryland.
happens, Iron Sheik, it's going to be the last we see of you.
D.C.'s in Maryland.
Is it?
Yeah, they might be right next door to D.C.
If you don't bleed,
So he's using D.C. as a larger market. I see what he's doing.
Yeah, you can literally fall into DC. Or
And
Maryland
Sarge
from
doesn't
DC.
want them to know they're in Landover, so we're going to use D.C. I used to do that all the time. I don't want people to know I was from Pinson, so I'd say Birmingham.
Right.
No disqualification.
Oh, all right. So first of all, the last person you want in a no DQ match, well, maybe not the last person, but Sergeant Slaughter does not want the Sheik in a no DQ match. He is an evil, vile prick on the level of Sonya Benson if I ever saw one.
One thing I want to point out is just how in this time, of course, in the later years, we all get to where we put on a little extra weight. I know I sure have. Just how good a shape Sheik was in the 80s and into the mid
Dude,
90s.
into his later years, he was in great shape.
Look at him
Like
right
Toddy
there.
brought up at the gimmick rumble, he looked good in the gimmick rumble. Like he was ready to go.
You know why they put him over in the gimmick rumble, right? It's because they were afraid he couldn't take a bump over the top rope.
I mean,
I did
whatever,
hear that.
but I mean, dude looked
It
good.
still worked.
I mean, I think maybe Sheik may have maybe, popped that question, like, hey, do you think I can take a bump over the rope? I don't know. Maybe just leave me stay in here. That's some shit he'd pull.
Oh, look at Sarge, man. He's in
With
the
his tanker's
fatigues.
helmet.
He's got it. He's ready to rock and roll.
Oh,
I'm really glad to be here with you guys tonight. I'm glad to be with our viewers in the room. It makes me sad to know that the Sheik is gone, but this is the best way I know how to pay tribute to the man.
absolutely.
What's he looking for?
Oh.
That's just rude, Sarge.
Oh yeah, that was rude.
He's mad about whatever's going on down the middle of his head.
No, he's worried about what he's wearing under those fatigues. Like, have you seen that singlet back? Who wears that?
Look. I was trying to just not even go there because I am the wholesome one out of this.
Big
group.
scoop slam.
Listen, that's a fucking lie, and if you need any further evidence to that, tune into the next week, the Glow Volume 1, Show 2. Pay attention to that.
Send Shieky all the way to the outside.
The Mr. Wholesome will not be so wholesome because it's live. It's on video.
I mean, realistically, out of the three of us, Paige is the only one that's even kind of wholesome.
Is actually a fact.
He's relationship goals. Get out of here.
I mean,
neither one of us are in a position to claim relationship goals. I mean, I like where I'm at, but I'm not relationship goals.
I never said I was relationship goals.
Well, I would love to talk about how much I love my husband and make this show about that, but it's really not. It's about what we see in front of us here, guys.
Sarge is not wholesome. I'll tell you what. He hasn't been wholesome for a moment. And the fact that Sheik is the heel here is just kind of a joke.
Did you guys ever see, while we're peeping out this boot camp match, and I see you, Jim. I try and make everybody laugh. That's part of why I'm here. Did you guys ever see the boot camp match between Pat Patterson and Sergeant Slaughter?
No, but that would be sick.
I did not.
Please tell me Patterson got worked over.
Brother, it's a really good match, and this is on par. I love how Sarge, his big deal was these boot camp matches back in the day. It was his gimmick. It was his deal.
Big knife edge to the throat there.
Oh,
Sarge caught the foot.
Ooh, got him in the eyeball.
Heel.
that eye's got to be hurting because he raked him in the eye earlier.
Oh, it won't be the first time or the last time, I bet. Oh, but Sarge blocks it.
You guys see what he just did before he took Sarge towards the corner? That was kind of one of his things. Is he loading his boot? Because the boots were different. He tapped his boot on the mat a couple times. Doing it again. Subtleties, the subtleties. Oh, Sarge just thrusted him right in the throat.
Look at
if you can't breathe, you can't fight. Well, that was the thing. There was always this question of like, what was in his boot?
Sheik crawling over, trying to get to the Sarge, who's still favoring that right eye of his, as he must have got a thumb or a finger right in there.
He got two.
Sarge got him up, drops him throat first on the top rope. Rough.
That guillotine drop is no joke.
Especially on those ropes. See how loose they were?
I mean, I see him wobble in there. That's probably not a good sign.
Slaughter said he would never.
Yep.
There's a little bit of lag there. Oh, he just Mike Tysoned his ass.
And he's pulling out all the stops as he bites the ear.
He did.
How is Sergeant Slaughter a face
Bite
again?
out of crime, man.
Like, I get it's a no DQ match, but how? He's just teasing him. How is Sergeant Slaughter the face here?
Sarge was pretty much.
That was a Sheiky flop.
Sarge was always pretty much babyface. He had a heel run with Hogan.
Yeah, but he hasn't done any face things in this match at all.
This is okay. So the build to this is Sheik had pretty much jumped Sarge. I think it was like either in an interview segment or in a post match or something, and like really worked him over. They made a loop, and this is kind of the blow off to their feud.
Oh, big scoop slam there.
Oh yeah.
Well, fun fact here, this was one of their first televised matches.
They ran the circle, man. They did the loops.
Mm-hmm.
This is back in a time where it's a house show business. It's not a TV business. It's not a.
Oh, you're not lying. Those ropes are mad loose. Like, he just leaned on him, and like there was a good 6 inches of give there. There will be no old schools in that ring.
I want to run those ropes. Yeah, if you don't know, guys, you've been in a ring before, and you want those ropes to be tight.
As tight as possible. Sheik biting the shit out of his face.
Looser those ropes are, no.
Yeah, you need them to be super tight so that they do their job. Not only are they the top balance, I mean, if they are, it's because he bit him in the face. Not only are the ropes the top, he's probably spitting the pieces of his head he just bit off him.
Getting the heat. This is just old school. This is as old school as old school gets, man.
Damn.
Oh, big boot by Sarge.
Yeah, but too little, too late, maybe? He can't capitalize either. I mean, yeah, gave him a minute to breathe, but, like, you can't get any offense out of it if he can't get to his feet.
Did you hear that crowd, though?
Oh, yeah, they're mad into it.
They're all into this. They are all in. They are bought into this. Oh, he blocked the boot again. Oh, no, suplex.
And gets him way over.
Remember the promo, right? I'm going to hit you with the suplex, lock you in the camel clutch. Let's see if Shieky-Baby can follow up with a camel clutch here.
Slaughter just covered with blood. How much punishment can one individual take? Down for the cover. Dick Worley's in there. 1, 2, he's going to get him. No. Slaughter reaching down for that extra something from deep down inside.
For those of you in the chat, if you want to talk about the match, you can, and we will respond.
I mean, we are also enjoying just witnessing some of Sheik's crazy moments, but by all means, this is a tribute to him. If you guys have stories you want to share or whatever, by all means, put those in the chat and let us know.
I'm more happy to talk about him.
Those ropes, man. He's leaning almost to the middle rope on that red one. Like, that's just so bad. And now Sheik's busted up.
He was going to make this guy bleed.
You're absolutely right, Lexi. It has been a great match so far.
I think it's been everything that it's been built up to be. Like, this just wasn't something that you got frequently. But when Sarge was doing them, it was a big deal.
Sarge tried to cover then. He lost his balance.
I think. Yeah, you're talking about cartoons, John. Sergeant Slaughter, G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
who else? What other industry? What other people, like real people, get to be that? It's so crazy to think about it.
Sheik now set for the ride.
Oh, telegraphs it. She catches him right in the guts with those pointed boots.
Unbelievable weapon of a boot right in the lower abdomen. Calling for the referee to come in now. He wants to cover him.
That was a waste of time.
1, 2. Got a 2 count, but Sarge got that one shoulder up. Remember, folks, this is a boot camp match, and the rules are there are no rules.
That's right. There are no rules.
To pin your opponent. 1, 2, 3. Either inside this ring or outside.
Hear Gorilla Monsoon again, too. That's something else. We didn't talk about that.
Sheiky just runs him right into the corner.
That corner hard. He could have knocked himself right out. Sarge looks like he's out. This is all over, folks. No! He got his shoulder up. I can't believe it. 2 count again. Unbelievable. Sergeant Slaughter literally knocked out. Reflex action. Raising that shoulder on a 2 count. Pandemonium, folks. Chant going out, USA.
I think we're all just kind of drawn into this right now.
Yeah.
Sergeant Slaughter, desperation move. He got the Sheik where he wants him. Back down on his back on the canvas. Everything is just unbelievable in this matchup. Where will it end? Backbreaker.
Man, Slaughter is just lifting Sheik all over the place in this match. He's just putting him where he wants.
Sheik, once again, tremendous.
Yeah, I mean, this is, like I said, this is Slaughter's alley. This is, John, you know just as well as I do. This is just one of those matches that, even if it was booked today, you just call it in the ring. You're listening to the crowd. If it's, no DQ, anything goes.
Oh yeah, this is definitely play it by ear. You wouldn't even want to have a lot of spots figured out for some shit like this. You want to just see where you ended up. Oh!
Oh. Not okay.
Referee can't do anything about it. Oh! Referee Dick Willie came in the ring and was knocked out by the Iron Sheik, who is now taking his boot off. It's a boot camp match, but the Sheik.
Oh, here we go.
Oh shit.
Steel-toed boot of his off. And he's
Loading it up.
Referee Dick Willie
That's
is
stop.
out.
Hey, easy. Sarge with a big lariat though. I think that boot just hit Sheik in the face on the way down.
Oh. It's a soccer sock, isn't it, Todrick?
It's I mean, you can call it what you want.
That's
Clobbered
one of those old tube socks.
Gets the 3 on him? Yes, he does get the 3.
He did.
And yes, they were old school tube socks. They came with 2 colored stripes at the top of the great long white sock.
It was usually blue and gold.
They had lots of colors. They were green and gold, blue and gold, red and blue. They had a lot.
See, all of that was before my time. I don't know about all that.
I understand.
Sergeant Slaughter gets the job done.
barely.
Sergeant Slaughter victorious is down.
Exactly. Look at
I
Sarge
was
selling
I was
after the
thinking that.
fact.
Holy mackerel, folks, what an unbelievable boot camp match. Dick Worley was knocked out momentarily.
Well, whoever that one fan is, they really want the shoe.
Slaughter used
Yeah,
his
for real.
own weapon from the Sheik. Let's go back in
I
time
mean,
and take a look.
collector's item,
Sarge
right?
got
It's
this
Cheeky's boot,
fantastic
baby.
victory.
Sheiky's boot, baby.
Worley is flat out and down.
Well, let's talk about this for just a second. You know, Slaughter and the Sheik. I thought that was really good. Good boot camp brawl, if you will.
If you will.
What'd you think, Toddy? What'd you think, Toddy?
Oh, no, I thought that was a good match. I thought that they sold very well. You know, John's thing is the technical wrestling. Mine is always, did they tell a story? And I think that they absolutely told a story in that match. I think Sergeant Slaughter, his arsenal was very heelish when the Iron Sheik was clearly supposed to be the heel in the match, but he still got the pops from the crowd no matter what happened. But he did get some very heelish things in there, and I thought it was a good back and forth between these two, especially for it to be one of their first televised matches. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
You gotta think they ran the loop, man. Like I said, we were talking throughout. Like they, at this point in time, they've probably done this match on, you know, the house show circuit, and gotten it fine tuned to where it could go on television. But it just when you're a heel and you're the bad guy, you know that your job 90% of the time is to put over the good guy, especially back in this time. And what I think makes Sheik so good, I mean, his performance alone in this was tremendous. What makes Sheik so good is he could take some of these losses and not lose a fucking piece of his heat, not a sliver. And it was just because he's, to me, again, that's it, and I'll say it probably 3 or 4 more times on the show, one of the greatest villains of all time. And just knew how to draw the heat. John, give me your thoughts, and then we'll move on to the next one.
So I really liked the match. I thought it was a little bit slow, but in the era that it was exactly what you'd expect from a kind of match like this. You know, they didn't do hardcore matches, especially the way that we do now anyway. And this was kind of the pace you'd expect from guys in this time frame. So while I don't think that this match would hold up as a hardcore spectacular in today's industry, I definitely think that it was probably a highlight for somebody back then. So, you know, I enjoyed the match. I always love to see good history matches, and this is definitely one of them. So
It's a perfect segue because you say good history matches, and you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that little piece right there. Toddy, you beat me to it. I was just about to ask them what their thoughts on it were, but I see Lexi thought it was a great match. Jim thought it was a pretty good match. You talk about history, and again, you know, the Sheik made a lot of it. Sheeky-Baby did a lot. One of the things that he did was had a nice little program with a man named Carlos Colon. John, are you familiar with Carlos Colon?
I am not, even kind of.
Okay. Puerto Rico wrestling. He is the father of Carlito. You familiar with Carlito?
Yes, and when I saw the name on this, I wondered about that.
Yes, 100%. So I'm not sure where this was filmed at or where it was taped at. I just know that I'd always heard that Carlos Colon was a real solid fucking performer, and I don't think I've really seen one of his matches before. So when I came across this while I was doing a little bit of research this afternoon, I was like, we probably need to take a look at it. So you know, you wanna do that, Toddy? What do you think?
Absolutely.
I am definitely ready to watch it. And for those of you watching with us, this match is brought to you by CWA Memphis. So if you like what you see, check their channel out and check out their content.
Let's stretch this out a little bit.
Oh, stretch it. Stretch it out.
Nope.
You stretch that screen, you bad boy. Oh, daddy likes.
Horrible.
Daddy
I just touted you as the wholesome one.
I like the fact that you blew the screen up. What the hell are you talking about? I expect Toddy's might be in the gutter, but
I just touted you.
No.
I just
No.
touted you as the wholesome one.
I expect Toddy's fucking head to be in the gutter, not yours.
You should. I don't know what you're thinking. My head's always in the gutter, and we all know this. But anyway, Iron Sheik versus Carlos Colon of CWA real. Memphis. Good lord.
Yeah, let's rock and roll, man. Count us in. Let's go.
We're going to get this thing going in 3, 2, 1. Yes, Lexi, we know. We saw exactly what you did to Mason.
Here definitely know that the Iron Sheik and Carlos Colon, who is actually a legend in Puerto Rico, Carlos Colon, and here comes it, accompanied by the smoke, and Cheeky Star as manager, probably the greatest manager ever in professional wrestling.
The Iron Sheik.
Sheik-Baby.
Boy, he loves all the attention that Cheeky Star gives him all the time when he's around him.
Well, let me tell you something. Cheeky Star pays that man good. That man's a good athlete. He's a good wrestler. He's an ex-world champion. And you know something? He loves hurting people.
Well, he has come.
All right, so we are definitely in San Juan, Puerto Rico. This is Carlos's backyard.
Carlos Colon. This is the Iron Sheik. A little bit about the title, Bobby. Many years ago, Ric Flair, the NWA champion, Carlos Colon, the World Wrestling Council World Champion, went into a battle.
He's definitely not in the best of shape here.
No, I was just thinking that.
The NWA and the winner in one of the most outstanding matches that we have ever seen was Carlos Colon.
That's right. You know, Carlos Colon, like
still going to be badass Shieky, I think.
In Puerto Rico. But not only that, he's known worldwide. Carlos Colon has wrestled in Canada, the United States. And I'll tell you something, he's got a big, huge following from the Puerto Rican wrestling fans. They call him fanaticos in Puerto Rico. But let me tell you something, the Iron Sheik is a man that deserves to be respected.
There's a pretty packed house there, too. You guys see that?
It is. It's a packed house, and it makes me think about how wrestling has evolved. Because when WWE was just there for Backlash, the crowd was like bananas, but they're like kind of quiet right now, which is surprising.
We'll see how that goes.
I think they're about to get loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hometown hero, I would hope.
Tell the people what this song says.
It almost looks like standing room only.
Which is another word for Puerto Rican.
That's right. He's proud to be a Puerto
Well,
Rican.
look at those army uniforms.
Yeah, for real.
To conquer the city.
That's right. Now he's got
but legit, if any of those fans had got out of line and got in their way, that would have been a bad deal.
With a Puerto Rican flag, and I'll guarantee you something. He's psyched up.
Oh, John, those uniforms are so uncomfortable. Trying to raise your arms in those uniforms.
This has already started.
That was just for show.
And I think the Iron Sheik tried to pin Carlos.
Carlos just choke him out with his own gear.
Ready for him.
Well, I'll tell you something. This is a little hypocritical right here by Carlos Colon. That's right. But look at Carlos Colon's got his traditional.
Cheeky ran over the referee. Referee was in the way.
Now you see Carlos Colon's throwing his religious gear outside the ring. That's disrespectful.
Well, why, if it's so religious?
That's disrespectful.
Why did he take it off when he went to attack his opponent?
I think he was going there to shake hands with the man at the beginning of the match to wish him a good match.
You're the only person that could say that, Bobby, because all the fans have seen the way that Iron Sheik went to attack Carlos Colon.
Well, Victor Quiones, as you can see, now there's Carlos Colon trying to kick Cheeky Star. Victor Quiones still a little dazed by getting hit in the back there by Iron Sheik, which Carlos Colon threw him into Victor Quiones, you know.
Okay, this match is for the Universal
Title's on the line.
The World Wrestling Council.
All right.
The champion, the Iron Sheik, the challenger. Stop, headlock. Irish whips him to the ropes. Look at that. He blocks the kick.
Big
Spins
headbutt.
him over. What a headbutt.
Oh, Carlos Colon is really fired
You know, there's not a lot of wrestlers out there that want to headbutt the Iron Sheik.
He's going to pray twice to all and know he's
I mean, I think you
That's
get
very
like
true.
the Junkyard Dog, maybe Jim Duggan. That's about it.
This is a war.
That's-
It's been a war
Got him in the
Puerto
bread
Rico for a
basket.
long time,
Ugh.
and it's going to continue for a long time because it doesn't get really settled. These people aren't going to be happy until one of them's crippled and out of wrestling.
All right, they're starting to come alive.
I've heard
It's
the chick-
just
freaking
starting.
man.
And Carlos Colon was representing the World Wrestling Council, so it was more than just a match, more than just a match. It was the pride
Object.
representing
Foreign object.
their own prestige.
Well, there's a ton of foreign objects.
Here, as the Iron Sheik has taken a foreign object, and Bobby, I hope you do not deny this.
I was looking over here at the other part of the studio, Hugo. I didn't see
I
it.
didn't see anything, of course
You
not.
guys, we should probably watch back Ready to Rumble like, just for fucking shits and giggles.
Hey, when we hit 300, we can do it in the Discord.
Okay, the Iron Sheik goes back into the
Okay.
ring. I know he moved
As a perk for the Discord watchers, if you guys want to see it, when the channel on YouTube hits 300, we'll do a movie watch along in Discord, and we'll be on chat with everybody.
For the NWA World Title, he took Flair to the limit many times.
Well,
this
we're
year.
in far away. I think we're at like 257, 258.
It's getting there, a lot faster than it was before.
Here they go outside the ring. Here they go right outside the ring. Carlos Colon
I see a foreign
continually
object
being
and I
on
say
the
foreign
mat.
object. I just my mind goes to Ready to Rumble. Foreign
He's
objects!
got no control over these men right now.
Well, referee trying to get the Iron Sheik and Carlos Colon back into the ring. Jam-packed house here in
I mean, in that spot right there, the only foreign object in the whole building is the Iron Sheik.
By Carlos Colon, and now he's biting
Oh,
it
and just
right
biting
where
his
he's bleeding from.
damn head.
This is just,
Yeah, there's-
That's just rude. I don't listen. If we're in a fight, in a ring, in a match, and it's a work, you know what I mean? Like everything is kosher up and up, and we're gonna go have beer later, and you put your mouth on me, and it isn't in a fun way, we're done, bro. We're fighting.
Nope.
I'm just saying, like that's a fact, man.
Oh, Sheiky got him.
Ooh, that's a hell of a back elbow into the neck.
Oh, that was the shot of the foreign object.
Oh, was it? Is that where he got him? Well, shit. He was slick enough. I missed the fuck out of
I
that.
haven't seen an object yet. I think it's a figment of your imagination. Nice clothesline by the Iron Sheik.
Not that me and Bobby have anything in common in
Sheik is
this.
forgetting his basic amateur wrestling move to tie that leg
I didn't
up.
see it happen.
Okay, the Iron Sheik, he's bleeding, but he's back in control. Manager Chick-Star outside the ringside area. We have a jam-packed.
Oh, abdominal stretch.
In the
line.
very center of the ring, too. He's going to have to power out of that.
But he's got the man to disadvantage, and he's taking it to him. He's trying to make him submit. The referee sitting
I'm
right there.
telling you,
Just
calm
waiting for it.
down.
Carlos
Y'all be
Colon.
quiet.
They say, no
Sheiky's
more,
bleeding
no
like
more,
a
no more.
sieve.
Yeah, he bit him.
Tough wrestler. He's been around for many
That's how
years.
Slaughter got him
Before
open.
the bite.
Champion, and he's not
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was bleeding before the bite.
He's probably
Which
got
is why I
that.
was
He's
shocked
probably
that he
got
went
that
for the
like.
bite.
He's probably got that New Jack spot where you just thump him real hard and he splits wide open.
Gut wrench suplex into the cover.
He's the king of the suplex.
That's right. And there he's got it. Oh,
Kick out.
My goodness.
6 inches. Hugo Savinovich.
Good
That's
kick
fine
by
here with
Colon
6
there.
inches. Cheeky-Star is frustrated right now. Cheeky-Star is very frustrated right now, as you can see, and it's that's on his face. Here's another suplex by the
Wait,
Sheik.
No.
Front
is
face
that guy's
suplex.
name
Carlos
Cheeky-Star?
Colon blocked it. He blocked it again.
Yes.
Oh, he got him up. Oh, no, he didn't. Carlos reverses the suplex, and the Sheik is
Reversal
down.
into the cover.
Sheik is down. Good move by Carlos. He follows through on top of the Iron Sheik.
Kicks out with authority. Look at Sheiky-Baby go.
Just rolls his ass off.
Right here, this is the main event. When we started the tape, Bobby, we told the fans the World Wrestling Council is the hottest.
Oof.
In professional wrestling, we have the hottest feuds. and
See, this is some junkyard dog shit right there.
to compete. You could be from any federation.
Sheik in the ropes,
If you
though.
think you're good, come here and prove it.
That's right. You know something, ladies and gentlemen? Remember, no wrestling library will be full without the superstars of Capital Sports Promotions. As you
Running
see
power
right here.
slam.
Power slam by Carlos
Did you see the
Colon.
way he took some
Took a few steps back for it, too. He's like, nah, I'm going to make sure I'm right where I want to put you.
Almost a pinfall. Referee right there on top of the action.
Now there's a good referee. Slides outside the ring. He counts from the outside when next to the ropes so he can see
Sleeper.
all the action.
Okay,
A sleeper hold.
Okay, and for all you
All right,
right now watching
Colon,
with
what
your
can you do with
family,
it?
your
Let's
parents,
put him
do
night-night
not
time.
attempt this holds
I don't know if that's going to work out for you really well, but...
the death of any
Oh,
other of your friends, your kids,
Oh.
Shieky-Baby.
buddies. They're dangerous holds.
Not only that, don't
Man,
try
he
any
is
professional
bleeding
wrestling holds
all
on
over the
anybody,
place,
any
like
of
a
your
stuck
playmates.
pig,
not even the
dude.
most simple hold.
Yeah, man, that's why I'm like, I'm wondering. I missed the spot where it happened.
He's trying to lock it on. He's
It
trying to
definitely
get
happened
blood supply
before
to
the
brain to
bite.
slow down and put
I
the Iron
didn't
Sheik out.
see
And I
exactly
think the Iron Sheik has got
when
a
I
hold
heard the
of it. Push
commentary
the referee
team
a
talk
little
about
bit.
it, and then when he stood
Okay,
up,
the
that's
Iron
when I
Sheik
saw
holding
it.
on for survival. He's the challenger. Now he will not win the belt if he goes
I
to the
need more
limit for the
again.
champion.
No, he's got to pin the champion.
Oh, make him surrender.
That's right.
I hope they were
The
just talking to each
disqualification,
other
the
and
belt
that was
is out
not an
of his
actual
hands.
bite.
Double count out.
I look
He's
like
gotta
a
beat the
bite to
champion.
me,
That's
boss.
what the champion's
That's,
got going for
yeah.
Okay, Carlos against the turnbuckle. Okay, here we see the Iron Sheik. Right
I feel like Shieky-Baby was supposed to do something there, and he didn't.
Puerto Rican grappler. He picks him up. Good body slam.
Well, whatever it was,
This is Carlos
Colon was not wasting any
maneuver,
time on it.
The figure four leg lock, ladies
It
and
was
gentlemen.
not.
Right on top of the leg. Look at
Cheeky
the
Star
fans.
going, no.
Fans
He
love
is
it. The
launching
Iron
his
Sheik is
body
the
weight
number
into
one
that knee
challenger,
joint.
Just about to fall into the famous figure
Oh, he's
four
got
leg,
it.
and if
Figure
this
four.
happens, it's
There
gonna
it
be
is.
Party time.
There it
in
is.
San Juan, Puerto Rico. Submission hold. The Iron Sheik is not going to be able to escape. He's going to have to surrender.
Nah, Sheik's not doing that, bro.
That's right.
He's
know,
gonna
the
roll
figure
it.
four, one of the most dangerous holds in professional wrestling. The
Is he
Iron
gonna
Sheik, the only
reverse?
hope he's got is to reverse the hold and put
Somebody threw something in there.
And as you see, he hasn't
Uh-oh.
got the leverage to do it.
Oh,
Cheeky
look at
Star.
He drops the elbow right on top of Carlos. And now
Cost
he
him the
kicks
match.
away on Carlos.
Oh no, Carlos Colon slamming Cheeky Star.
Whoa. Now this disqualification is
Oh.
automatic.
The
But
Sheik
Iron
just
Sheik-
loaded the boot and kicked Carlos Colon. Look at
Oh.
that boot.
Okay.
Oh, right in the forehead.
Boot to the face.
Okay, this is an automatic disqualification.
Oh, the referee goes down. Here we go. See, this is what I was talking about earlier. He could lose any and every match, but he's going to keep his heat.
Oh, for sure. This did not lose him a moment of how bad people hated him.
The champion has retained
They
the title
probably just
by
propelled it further.
disqualification, but more important is his life.
Well, he
Right
busted
now.
Cologne open. Whatever that Band-Aid was, it's gone now.
And the blood is just gushing from
Or it's on there,
the
but
Carlos
he's
Colon.
bleeding.
Look out, Carlos in sad shape now.
And the Sheik is just completely taken Carlos Colon. He's trying to injure the man. The only thing he hasn't done now is gone for the camel clutch.
Well,
if the man goes to the camel clutch,
ask and ye
nobody's
shall
gonna pull him off
receive.
that, and he'll injure Carlos Colon's
Picks him
lower
back
back.
up.
I think that's what the Sheik is trying to do. He run his head right into
that boot.
So Carlos Colon is in
And just look at the blood.
desperate situation.
Look at the blood from Carlos' head. All over his face now. The Iron Sheik.
Spitting on the man before he kicks him again. The Iron Sheik.
Yeah,
Definitely
that's
one
some
of the,
cheeky shit.
Oh, here goes a suplex. Oh, belly to back suplex. Oh, no. Carlos Colon is definitely going to be in.
Well, he
Are we gonna see it?
do that when the match was still official.
The Iron Sheik is now going
I
for the
believe
camel
we
clutch.
are.
His patented hold, the hold that is
Okay, we positioned him right in front of the camera. Tell the referee to get the fuck out of the way.
This is not fair, Bobby Jaggers. The match is over. He
Oh.
Yes, camel clutch.
Yeah, oh man, look how deep he sits in that shit too.
You notice the Sheik's head was busted open by Carlos Colon outside the ring. I think the Sheik, his manager, has been body slammed and manhandled by Carlos Colon, and his Sheik is just getting revenge. The referee can't pull him up. Victor Quinones is trying to do everything he can.
I was like, why are you counting?
Because the match is over.
Because he wants to get his attention and get it distracted and get him to come off of the hold. Because what else is a ref going to do except put his hands on him? Good luck with that.
He has made a Puerto Rican wrestler very angry in his Iron Sheik. And the fans are on their feet.
Now they're going toe-to-toe. Look at this. What intestinal fortitude by Carlos Colon right here.
Fighting back. Oh, look at Carlos. Over the top rope. We ain't done.
Just to beat the man up. Look at that, Hugo Savinovich. Continually pounding on those cuts on his forehead. Continually beating on the man after the
Tries to
punishment
beg
is
off.
taken.
Carlos Colon says no, sir.
Definitely the Universal Champion, and he's taking it all to the Iron Sheik right now.
Even Bobby Jagger is admitting right here the defeat of one Iron Sheik.
Runs his head right into that table. Here goes
Okay.
the,
Oh,
the
shit.
championship belt.
Gold belt. The
Oh, I
gold
thought that was
belt.
going to be a lot worse.
And there is your champion.
He's still
Like, I
checking
thought that was
the
going to be a
Champion
lot
Carlos
worse, though.
Colon retains the title on disqualification. What a match. This is the superstars of the
I'm
world.
just saying.
Wow, fantastic.
Sheik-Baby.
Sheeky-Baby.
What a treat that guy is. I mean, listen again. It's not it's a piece of history. Like you can tell Sheik it's kind of put on a little bit, and that in between video one to video two, but he still put on a really good fucking fight, and the crowd was genuinely into it to the degree that people like really that program was really bought into. It was good. It was good shit. What did you guys think?
John, you want to go?
Sure. No, I love the match. I thought it was good. Again, it's that old school wrestling mentality. It's the old school feel where things don't have to be so over the top to be straightforward and tell a story. And I think that's some of the thing that modern wrestling is really lacking is the ability to tell a story without seeing what you can do that no one's ever seen before anywhere ever on the planet. Like you can get away with just telling a good story, and these guys are really good at what they do.
Go ahead,
I
Todd.
definitely think that the crowd got their money's worth. They got to see their hometown hero look good, and that's always important when you're in places like this that don't get a lot of events that go through there. The back and forth was really good. The men worked very well together. You could tell that they have been doing this for a long time. I didn't see a lot of sloppiness or anything in that match. So it definitely lived up. It definitely lived up to the hype, um, and it's a match that I could watch again. I want to see. They told their story so well that I want to see the next evolution in their story. Where are they going to go next? And I think that that's what's important when you go out there with these storylines.
Territory wrestling at its finest. I mean, that's a main event, and you just saw the house that they packed down there. It's just it's again sells tickets. That's ultimately what it's all about, right? You got to sell tickets. Sheik sold tickets. Just sit down and talk a little bit about Sheik and talk about his career and some of the things that he's accomplished, and have a look at some of his body of work overall. And while that's an extensive list, and there's a lot of things and a lot of matches that he had across the territories into the mainstream, and is responsible for a lot of really good heel work when it mattered, especially in the case of Hogan. I think that, as far as I'm concerned, we've done the best that we could do tonight to kind of pay our respects and homage to one of the greatest villains of all time. If you're watching us here and you haven't hit the little heart or what have you, just go ahead and do that for us. Yeah, enjoyed it. We enjoyed having you. Toddy, go ahead and take us out. Or not
Well,
take us out. Say your goodbyes, and John can
Take us
out 'cause
out.
he's away.
Good lord.
As
I'm just not
always,
used to you.
thank
I'm
you.
not used to you being awake, bud. That's all.
Thank you, whether you are a first-time watcher, whether you're a casual watcher, or whether you're here for each and every show that we put out on this channel and on the YouTube channel. We appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure that you come back and you join us tomorrow night. I'm excited, just so excited, because the spotlight on Luna Vachon is going to be incredible. And we love you.
John, you're awake, so you take us home.
We absolutely do love each and every one of your faces. It has been a long, long week for me. It's going to be longer weeks ahead for all of us. We're still cranking out content here on the channel, guys. If you have not already done so, go down below, follow the links to the Discord, follow the links to the YouTube page. Click those like and subscribe buttons. Drop those savage elbows right there on the ding bells and the hearts and all the little buttons so that you never miss a moment behind the curtain with the three of us. It has been a pleasure in the circumstances to honor a legend among legends. And I'll tell you, for me, to lose another one in his prime is a sad, sad affair. But we do love each and every one of you guys here at the channel. We'll be back again tomorrow. I will have some rest as I'm off, so I won't be especially untoward in the sleeping department. But I'm going to get some rest tonight. I hope that each and every one of you guys get a good night's sleep. Join us back here at 7 p.m. Eastern. We love your faces. We'll catch you guys again next time.
Have a good night.